everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This is a little bit of a different setup than I usually do. I did not plan this video other than the other day thinking about it. This is the L3 June 10th pre-order list scent breakdown. I'm going to go through the entire list with the exception of the samplers, because a lot of those scents are just made for the sampler, and if you like the main oil, then you'll just have to, take a chance on the blends that are in the sampler. But why I felt I wanted to do this is it is Jen and Trish's last pre-order, the last final hurrah for L3. I have bought so much over the last 3.5 years of shopping with Jen and team that I feel I've had most of these oils, most of these blends, and I really just know there's a lot of questions floating around out there. Some of you are new to the group, or some of you are, getting out of your comfort zone and trying new blends. And I just thought, to give back to the L3 team and the wax community, I would sit down and do this list. So I'm in my living room because I have my computer, I have my laptop pulled up here because I have the list on the computer. I did not have time to have my husband print off the list and make it all cutesy and all that stuff. So I hope you can hear me well. I'm speaking up a little bit higher. I have my tripod set up in a way. I just hope Poppy doesn't knock it down. She is down here. We'll see what she does. Tomorrow is Poppy's 4th birthday. June 10th is her birthday. And traditionally, I would get a birthday cake for her because, my birthday is the same week, and we would share it. But this year, she's going to get some tuna. I think that's what she's going to get for her birthday. Okay, so where do I start? L3. If you're watching this video, you either have been a long-time customer. Some of you guys have been shopping way longer than I have. Some of you are just starting. I see comments, oh, I wish I found L3 before. I want to get on the customs list, but it's been closed, and I just, I have to hoard everything now. Enjoy your wax. This pre-order is limited. I'm going to read exactly what Jen has here, just in case you're catching this and you really haven't been on social media. This list isn't on her website. I just checked before I started to film this. Limited pre-orders open June 10th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 10 p, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, 1 Eastern time. Pre-orders close June 14th, 5 p.m. That's Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Quantities are limited based on either supplies or for time's sake. Pre-orders have an estimated TAT of August 2nd. This is estimated. They do reserve the right to extend or shorten. In the past, Jen and team have gotten their pre-orders out before their estimated TAT. But now, since so many of us are buying things and her team is more limited, this is the last hurrah. She's given us everything she can think of. And as she said, she's trying to make everybody happy. I think most of us are going to be pleased with this list. Okay, so the first thing she's offering this time in a pre-order, which she's never offered these before, are bee bars in pre-order. Bee bars, she introduced them last year or the year before, I think. And come on, balance. There you go. They are large honeycomb shaped with little individual honeycombs. If you picture a honeycomb, they have little individual holes and the crevices that the bees make. There's a little bee icon in the middle of each of those, and people chop those out individually and then chop that in half or in thirds, whatever you want to do. Those are $33, and they are well over a pound. They might be a little closer to 1.5 pounds. I really do not remember. I just know I have a few, and they're thick and they're big. So I know that a lot of people budget for their pre-orders, and so this is the tough part. These bee order blends are really, really tough in my opinion. Not tough as in, oh, are these blends going to be good? Tough as in every single one of these are basically her best sellers. They've been poured time in, time out for years. Jen's been in business for, this is her, let's see, this year is, last year was her 10th year anniversary. This is her 11th year anniversary of being in business. So let's just start. The first one. Blue sugar, this is going to be a verbal only video. I don't have any visual effects, any blends, because I wouldn't be able to do this video if I had to go through my collection and pull things for you to look at and stuff. So forgive me for that. Blue sugar, warm vanilla sugar, and zucchini bread. This blend has been poured everywhere, not just with L3, all across all vendors. And this is one where the warm vanilla sugar tones down the little bit of masculinity that the blue sugar has. And if you happen to hear kids playing outside and horns and stuff, the kids are outside playing. So just, it is what it is. The warm vanilla sugar, as I was saying, tones down the masculinity of the blue sugar. But blue sugar really isn't all that masculine to me. It's just a different type of scent. Zucchini bread, of course, is there to make this nice and creamy and rich. And this is one I'm considering buying in this size, because you can always blend it with other things, add a little bit more blue sugar to it if you so wish, or add some coffee to it, or add blueberry to it, or add more zucchini bread. Whatever you want to do, go for it. These bee bars are huge, and it gives us the ability to blend to our heart's content. Next one, Cafe Cubano, Jet Puff Marshmallow, and Bear Claws. Now, Bear Claws is an oil that a lot of people have questions on, because not all bear claw oils are the same. Some bear claws have a raisin note to it and a cinnamon note and nuts. Others just have nuts and maple and sticky syrups essence, really. The bear claw oil that Jen has is a little bit in between. It's a richer, nuttier dough, but it does have a little bit of a sweetness to it. So if you like caramelized pralines, if you like, what's another one that I'm thinking of? If you like along those lines of that sweet, sticky, nutty scent, Bear Claws would be one that you would like. And to make this even better, Jet Puff Marshmallow is just there for creaminess. But Cafe Cubano is a coffee scent, but it's Cuban coffee, which is brown sugar and coffee. That's Cuban coffee. So it's sweetened up and it's so deliriously creamy. I can't express that enough. And to piggyback on Cafe Cubano, the next blend on the list, Cafe Cubano Spiced Oat Milk, that is one that is fantastic. So a few years ago, I had requested Cafe Cubano Spiced Oat Milk in one of my customs. It was recommended to me by a friend, Lori Brown, who used to do videos and such and had a channel. I don't think she does them anymore. I could be wrong. But I asked her, what's a really good coffee scent for my customs? This was a few years ago. And she said, Jen hasn't poured Cafe Cubano Spiced Oat Milk for almost a year, but it's fantastic. So I thought, I will, and she said, I'm going to put that on my list too, because she was caught up not that far after I was. So between myself and her requesting that blend, Cafe Cubano Spiced Oat Milk, of course, as you all know if you're a customer of L3, the custom extras are poured and offered in the next ready to ship. So like on Friday, there were a lot of pre-order, why do I keep saying pre-order? Sorry guys. A lot of custom extras. I know Tam's was in there, Christie's was in there, mine were in there, and then however many of you were in the last group, not the one that Jen just called, but the previous group. How many of you guys were in that group? I think she's calling in groups of 15 or 20, something like that, maybe more. Those are offered. And Cafe Cubano Spiced Oat Milk just kept getting requested, and it is such a fantastic, immaculate scent. I have never hesitated to buy it. It can be blended with anything. Just for example, pumpkin pecan waffles, strawberry, blueberry, additional coffee bean, coffee house, just crazy, sugar cookie royale, white elephant exchange, fat bottom girl, sugar cakes, anything you can blend with Cafe Cubano Spiced Oat Milk. And what makes that such a unique coffee scent is it's not a traditional skunky coffee scent. I love coffee wax. I will always have it at my home. Some blends are better than others. And my favorite particular single oil is coffee bean. Coffee House has a little bit more of a chocolate undertone to it, and it's not my favorite, but if it's in a blend, I'll buy it because I love the smell of coffee wax. Some of you are just dipping your toe into the coffee wax world, and hopefully you fall in love with it because it really just creates a beautiful ambiance in your home, especially in the wintertime when it's that cold morning and you get up and make a cup of coffee or hot cocoa or your warm beverage of choice. You can just have that smell going through your home. Sunday mornings, if you're a family that gets up and, makes a big breakfast or has a ritual before you go to church or whatever you do. Coffee is universal around the world. It's in every place, every corner of the world. So coffee is just something that I will always have. I was a barista when I was in high school. When I was a little kid, my parents were both coffee drinkers, and I tasted my mom's coffee several times black because that's how she drank it at the time. And I thought, man, I'll never drink coffee. It's disgusting. But, as you get older, some kids start drinking coffee at 13. I was 16 when I started drinking coffee just because I worked in a coffee shop. But coffee is just something that is in a lot of our lives. And even if you don't drink coffee, the smell of coffee is just fantastic. I'm talking about coffee a lot, but Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk, it's not heavy spice, it's just a little bit of a beautiful grace of a little bit of cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg. I'm not exactly sure what the spice is, but just think about a drink you would get in a coffee house. The spices are typically nutmeg, cinnamon sugar, things like that. The next one, Cali Comfort. I talked about this one last night in my empties video. This is simply strawberry pound cake and boardwalk marshmallow clouds. So strawberry pound cake, if you guys do not know, there's a Bath & Body Works dupe, which Jen does carry, and then she has her own oil that's custom made for her. And why she has that is back when strawberry pound cake came on the scene, I don't really remember what year it was, but it was released at Bath & Body Works. You couldn't even get a candle. They sold out in seconds, and it was hot, 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 and it, as it still is. So Jen got her hands on some candles, and she sent it off to her lab or whoever she uses to make her custom oils. And they made her strawberry pound cake. So her strawberry pound cake, I've smelled it alone. I think it has a little bit more of a cakiness to it than the original strawberry pound cake dupe. I personally feel strawberry pound cake Bath & Body Works type is a little light, so I prefer it blended with things. But I know many of you out there, you either like the Bath & Body Works dupe or you prefer the house versions that different vendors make. I just warmed Cali Comfort last week by my bed at nighttime. I had a little sample of it. And it is a beautiful fragrance of boardwalk marshmallow clouds, which has marshmallows in it and magnolia, and it's just a beautiful marshmallow perfume. I am buying more and more and more of it as the time goes by. It has a little bit of strawberry to it, but it's basically strawberry boardwalk marshmallow clouds. That's Cali Comfort. Cookie Cottage, man, Cookie Cottage has taken L3 by storm lately. Cookie Cottage, as I've said before, is a blend that was made specifically for the 2023 Christmas Advent calendar, which Jen's going to be offering Advent calendars in July, I believe. Pre-order for those for Halloween and Christmas time, so stay tuned for that. Cookie Cottage, the notes are sugar cookie royale, royal Danish butter cookies, sugared shortbread, Nilla wafers, vanilla cookies, and sweet bakery dough. Cookie Cottage is just one of the several in her lineup that's fantastic rich vanilla blenders or vanilla bakery blends. And Cookie Cottage, I will say, up until I smelled Cookie Cottage, sugar cakes was my favorite vanilla bakery blend. But Cookie Cottage, just the combination of the sweet bakery dough and the sugar cookie royale, that sugared shortbread, vanilla wafers. This is a fantastic blend. And furthermore, you can blend it with anything, just like I talked about before. Blend it to your heart's content or warm it alone. It's a really great versatile blend that most noses will like. Next, covered under the stairs, zucchini bread and sugared shortbread. So Cupboard Under the Stairs is a special birthday cake made up of strawberry cream and crushed vanilla wafers. It's a very, very, very creamy strawberry cake. It's not as heavy as pink frosted cake, which is a strawberry frosting and yellow cake. It's not like that. It's more on the medium, light to medium side in terms of throw if you've ever warmed it alone. I have it, I love it. It's a creamy, rich strawberry. But then she's adding zucchini bread, which makes anything better in my opinion. And sugared shortbread too. It just gives a nice, rich, buttery, sweet tone to anything it's blended in. Sugar shortbread is a good oil. Don't Cross Streams. Don't Cross Streams is another one that's her of the vanilla blender or the vanilla bakery blend world. Many of these are on the list today. Don't Cross Streams is adipose, which is basically marshmallow, vanilla cookies, vanilla wafer, and vanilla ice cream. So a little bit similar to Cookie Cottage in the vanilla cookies and vanilla wafers, but it has a little bit of extra creaminess to it because it does have that rich cream of the vanilla ice cream. So Don't Cross Streams, it's good. I like it. It isn't strong enough for me personally, but it's a fantastic blender. You know, get creative with it. I know, unfortunately, a lot of these vanilla blenders, some have either a little bit more buttery tone to it, some have a little bit more of a cookie, some have more of a cake. But basically, if you are sticking to a budget, just pick one you think you would like the best. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. It just, if you've had the luxury of melting all of these alone, which if you've been shopping with L3 for years, most likely you have if you're a bakery melter, Don't Cross Streams is one you can't go wrong with. Next, Dreamweaver. Do I even need to talk about Dreamweaver? Because Dreamweaver, excuse me, it's allergy time here. I have to take Allegra because my preferred allergy medication, Zyrtec, it just makes me too tired in the morning. Even though I take it at night, I just feel wonky the whole day. So I've got to just sacrifice a little bit. So my eyes, it was a little windy yesterday. I was outside. So anyways, Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is fan-freaking-tastic. It is a lavender bakery blend. The notes are lavender cream, sugar cookie dough, and bread. And it has been flying off the shelves. I personally have stocked up with multiple loaves. I might buy one of these, to tell you the truth. Dreamweaver. If you like lavender bakery, if you like lavender and you like bakery and you've never thought to put them together, lavender and bakery, cookies, cakes, etc. go really, really well together. Dreamweaver is, in my opinion, one of Jen's best lavender blends. Lavender cream, I've used it many times in a few customs, and it just has a little bit more of a richer, actually it's not, I wouldn't say it's a richer lavender, it's just a richer blend because it has cream behind it, and it just makes that lavender shine even more, in my opinion. The bread is what makes it. I've complimented Jen on Dreamweaver so many times, and I'm like, it's such a fantastic blend. Dreamweaver, today is October 3rd, is on here somewhere, I think. It might be down in the scoops department. That's a great blend too. Dreamweaver is another really versatile one that you can blend. And I think that Jen chose these bee bars strategically because a lot of these ones you can melt alone or blend. So it just, get more bang for your buck that way. Dreamweaver, if you've tried it, you know what I'm talking about. If you love it, it sells out in a second. So you guys like it. Fresh picked strawberries. Fantastic, delicious strawberry. Fresh picked strawberries is just like a fresh picked strawberry. If you have a carton of strawberries, I've been buying strawberries since the beginning of May. They're always in my refrigerator. You take them out and you just smell the scent of the berries with the green leaves and a little bit of the stem. That's fresh picked strawberries. And then if you bite into a strawberry and it has that nice sweetness, let's hope, some of them are bitter, but the nice sweetness of the strawberry, that's fresh picked strawberries. I adore fresh picked strawberries. It's one of my favorite ones. My other two are plain strawberry and strawberry jam. Strawberry jam is on here too, but fresh picked strawberries is not as sweet as strawberry or strawberry jam is. The next one, fresh picked strawberry, white cake, and creme brulee. So fresh picked strawberry with a little bit of white cake. White cake to me is just a little bit of creaminess. I don't really get heavy cake from white cake. It's more just there as a little bit of cream, in my opinion. That's what I've picked up from having white cake across the board from all vendors. And creme brulee, when you think about it, is a custard that has sugar in it and vanilla bean, and on the top is caramelized sugar that they take with a torch and burn it. So then when you put your spoon down in it, it has that beautiful crack, that caramelization of the sugar. Love creme brulee. Can't have it right now, but I love creme brulee. It's so good. Creme brulee here is just going to make that fresh picked strawberry and that cake even more creamy, custard, melt in your mouth sweet. Next one, Godiva white chocolate raspberry truffle. And Jen has noted, trust me, this scent is fantastic. And she's not lying. It's a very, very good blend. Don't get scared by white chocolate. It does not smell like chocolate wax. It's a different animal. I mean, if you think about it, white chocolate technically isn't chocolate. It doesn't taste anything like chocolate. It's super sweet and creamy. And if you've ever had chocolate raspberries, like if you've ever had a box of Russell Stover or Whitman's at Christmas time and you have the raspberry truffle in there, it's just like tasting that, except the chocolate is not milk chocolate. It has a creaminess to it. I've actually had this blend several times. This is really good blended with coffee. You could blend this with Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk if you see fit. It's a really good, classy, high quality white chocolate raspberry. Next, lavender, salty sea air, and pink sugar. Another one that's been poured 1,000 times. Lavender, salty sea air, pink sugar. Lavender and pink sugar are just, they play very well on the playground together. And add in a little bit of saltiness with the salty sea air. This is a really good one if you want to have something on cleaning day, or you don't know what you want to warm, but you aren't in the mood for necessarily fruity or bakery or earthy. Put in this blend here and it'll just, everybody, most of the time, all around the world, lavender is accepted as a relaxing, calming scent. So if you need a little calm down, put in some lavender, salty sea air, pink sugar. Next, Season of the Witch. Can't say enough about Season of the Witch. It's one of Jen's top, if not the top, seller for fall. It's specifically, I shouldn't say specifically, it's simply, that's what I meant to say. It's simply leaves, Bath & Body Works type, and apples. So if you think of leaves is one of my favorite fall blends from Bath & Body Works. It's been around for 1,000 years. It is just, it captures the outdoorsiness, the fall leaves, the orchards, the grass, and just the smell in the air, the crispness, the little bit of chill, where you might need a jacket, you might not need a jacket in the afternoon kind of a weather. It has a little bit of apple in it. I smell a little bit of Golden Delicious apples, where it has a much sweeter presence to it. It's not a Red Delicious, or it smells like Golden Delicious to me. And it has apples. More apples. I don't know what apple oil Jen uses, whether it's a combination of all her apple oils combined, or if she uses Mac apple and sweet apple. I don't know what she does. I've never asked because I don't really care, frankly. It's perfect as this blend is. Season of the Witch. Snooze Button. Snooze Button is sweet lavender, vanilla bean noel, and buttermints. So Snooze Button is super popular. A lot of you guys are bedtime melters and you leave your warmers on overnight. I don't, because I have a cat. I used to, and then I thought, it's not worth her getting hurt, or if she gets a zoomy in the middle of the night or sees a spider, like she thinks she does every night. I don't want her to get hurt. And then I just turn everything off when I go up to bed at night. But those of you that let your warmer on at night, or you like to calm down, meditate, relax, read, pray, whatever you do at bedtime. Snooze Button is just one where the vanilla bean noel is kind of just there for a little bit of sweetness. The buttermint mixed with that lavender is gorgeous. Buttermint is just like the after dinner buttermints. It's not necessarily it's not, it's sweet, but it's very, very buttery and delicate. And the mint, it's not a toothpaste mint. It's not spearmint, peppermint, um, spearmint, peppermint, whatever other mints there are out there. When I can't remember right now. It's not like that. It's just, if you ever have an after dinner buttermint, that's what this is. And it's beautiful. Snooze button is a really good one too. Strawberry jam. Strawberry jam, similar to fresh baked strawberry, except it has that jammy component. So when you make jam, you have your strawberries, your sugar, corn syrup, whatever you're going to use to make your jam, or make freezer jam and just have a little bit of pectin, a little bit of gelatin, etc. It has that sticky sweetness to it. Strawberry jam, I love. It's fantastic blended. It personally isn't my favorite to warm alone. If I'm going to warm a strawberry alone, I tend to do fresh picked strawberries or plain strawberry. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just, if I prefer strawberry jam in blends, which I think a lot of you guys do too. This next one is going to be a crazy seller this time. I know it is. Strawberry pound cake, pumpkin pecan waffles, and sugar cookie royale. This one has been poured in about every vendor out there because it's 3 of the most popular bakeries blended together, and you can't really tell where one ends and the next one starts. It's a fantastic blend. What I smell with this one is that sugar cookie royale takes the dominance, in my opinion. You can smell the cookie cake sweetness with that buttercream frosting. And then on top of that, you have the little bit of creaminess and sweetness, mapley. There's a fuzzy floating around in the air. Of the pumpkin pecan waffles that's there. And then the strawberry pound cake is there for that little extra bump of sweetness. I mean, it's a classic. You either have tried it already or you haven't tried it. You can't go wrong with it. It's beautiful blend. Strawberry pound cake, sugar cakes. So sugar cakes is also on this list right down below strawberry pound cake, sugar cakes. Sugar cakes is fluffy yellow cake batter with whole vanilla buttercream frosting and crushed vanilla wafers. So sugar cakes is another one of the vanilla blenders and vanilla bakery blends that Jen offers. So sugar cakes is really good. It's creamy and rich. It has that nice buttercream finish to it, and it really has that nice, rich, heavy, thick yellow cake batter. So then if you like that, add a little bit of strawberry pound cake to it, and you have strawberry pound cake sugar cakes. Sugar cookie royale. Sugar cookie royale is probably the most popular oil from any vendor, I would say. Single oil. It is blended with everything under the sun. Everything. Sugar cookie royale has a distinct, sweet, cakey cookie scent. To me, it smells like the Loft House cookies, or whatever brand of cookie that is the soft cookie, cake cookie with the thick layer of frosting with usually sprinkles or some sort of seasonal decoration on top. I love those cookies. They are fantastic. Sugar cookie royale to me smells like that. It has a sweeter presence to it than regular sugar cookie or even sugar cookie dough does. Next, sweet rhubarb. Rhubarb is a really good scent. It is. It is similar to strawberry. And most of the time in life, rhubarb is served with strawberry because they complement each other very, very well. Rhubarb is extremely bitter, so you've got to sweeten it up like crazy. So sweet rhubarb would blend beautifully with any of these on the list, really. If you've had rhubarb, you know what it smells like. It has a little bit more of to my nose, is a little bit more tart than regular strawberry is, but it's very sweet and it's very pleasing. Today is October 3rd. Probably one of Jen's overall of all of her house blends. Today is October 3rd, is probably at the top. Palo Santo Toasted Marshmallow Sugar Cookie Royale. If you've smelled it, you get it. To me, I smell a beautiful, beautiful mixture of that Palo Santo and Sugar Cookie Royale. And I love Jen's Palo Santo oil. It's by far my favorite one of any of the vendors out there. I love it. the perfect creamy woodsiness. It blends beautifully with bakery, with coffee, with fruit, with earthy, lavender, salty sea air, you name it. Today is October 3rd can be used 50,000 ways. I have Today is October 3rd in loaves. I have it in a bee bar. I have it in scoops. It's just one that when I do run out of it, I'm going to be sad because other vendors have tried to do it, but it isn't quite what Jen has. So today is October 3rd. And the last bee bar is White Elephant Exchange. That is another of the vanilla bakery blends that Jen offers. This one is powdered donuts, vanilla wafers, white cake, and vanilla frosting. So this one has a little bit, it is, of all the ones that's on the bee bar list, my opinion is White Elephant Exchange is the lightest of all of them. White Elephant Exchange is good in blends because especially if you blend it with more bakery, it just piggybacks on top of that and just makes it even more richer and creamier. But White Elephant Exchange alone, it's powdered donuts and cake with frosting. It's very, very simple, but it's a good blend. I think it's better blended with other things. Okay, we're going to go into the basic Betty loaves, which are the big loaves. Those are, I think they're $15 if I'm not mistaken, the loaves. I said the bee bars were $33. Basic Betty loaves are, I think, $15, like I said. Okay, there's quite a bit on here, so I'll try to go a little bit faster. Acid Trip. Fruit Loops, grapefruit, and lime will have you smelling all the colors of the rainbow. So, Fruit Loops is that quintessential childhood cereal that's the Fruit Loops, fruity, sugar. Most people like Fruit Loops. My husband likes Fruit Loops. Ironically, I've never smelled Acid Trip, but I can imagine what it smells like because Fruit Loops has lime in it, orange, cherry, grape, and a couple other flavors out there. Just add a little bit more lime into Fruit Loops and a little bit of grapefruit. I'm actually interested in this one because my husband loves Fruit Loops wax. Every time I warm something that has it in it, he compliments on it. And I really don't have much Fruit Loops in my collection, so I might be picking up Acid Trip. If you like Fruit Loops, give this one a try if you haven't. Baccarat Rouge 540, that is tough to describe. It's a sophisticated, high-class, sexy, a little bit smoky, but not like By the Fireside. Nothing like that. Or by the fireplace, but by the fireplace, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It's not smoky like that. It has a sweet smokiness to it. It's one you kind of have to smell. I'm not going to try to explain it because it's one of the high-end niche fragrances. It blends beautifully with bakery, with fruity, with perfume, with earthy. It's very versatile. It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Belle of the Ball, lemon cream cupcakes, sweet coconut, and pineapple. So basically, this is your pina colada with your coconut and your pineapple with a little bit of sweet lemon cream cupcake. So that's Belle of the Ball. Blackberry Sugar Cookie Royale. So take your Sugar Cookie Royale and add a little bit of blackberry to it. If you like blackberry bakery, this is not a bad one to get because you can always blend this one too. Bonfire Bliss, Campfire Marshmallow, and Marshmallow Fireside. It's been a while since I've smelled Bonfire Bliss alone, but it is only going to accent your Campfire Marshmallow, which has a little bit of char on it. Think about going camping or over a fire pit and you burn your marshmallow if you're going to make s'mores. That little bit of the charred marshmallow flavor is your Campfire Marshmallow. And Marshmallow Fireside has that beautiful sweet smokiness that a lot of us love Marshmallow Fireside. And Bonfire Bliss, it's kind of similar to these two oils here. It just gives a little bit more of a, I don't want to call it outdoorsy, but it's pretty. It's pretty. It's been a minute since I've smelled it. Boysenberry, elderberry, strawberry, pomegranate, vanilla. lots of berries, that rich, heavy, bold pomegranate, and sweetened up with a little bit of vanilla. This would be one that's fantastic. I haven't personally had this whole blend, but I've had her boysenberry, her elderberry. I've had all these oils before. Pomegranate just makes everything a little bit richer, a little bit more heavy. That's a great one. If it's too much fruit for you, you can always blend it with some cookie or a little bit of vanilla or a little bit of something else to cut that. Buttermilk, whole vanilla bean, sugar cookie royale. I haven't smelled her buttermilk oil. I didn't even know she had that, but Jen has a never ending supply of oils, it seems like. So we've talked about whole vanilla bean, which is basically just vanilla bean. With sugar cookie royale, I haven't smelled the buttermilk, so I can't really comment much on that one. Circus Concessions, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, and Cotton Candy. This one is timeless. Circus Concessions is it's caramel apple, funnel cake, cotton candy, those carnival type of vibe. Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds is just going to be there to make it a little bit creamier, a little bit more richer. And then cotton candy, an extra dose of that. This is one that I might buy because I really love circus blends. And even though I really burned myself out last year on caramel apple, I'm at the point now where if I smell a caramel apple blend, I get a little nauseous because I burnt myself out on it. I think you guys know what I'm talking about if you overwarmed a blend and you just are tired of it for a while. But I'm going to get this one, I think, because I haven't had Boardwalk Mallow Clouds with Circus Concessions. Cotton candy is just there for sweetness, and that's going to be a good one. Next one is just plain cotton candy. All you guys love cotton candy, it seems. I think I'm the only one there that doesn't like to warm cotton candy alone. But cotton candy is another unicorn. It can be blended with anything, anytime, any place. Palo Santo, bakery, fruity. Today is October 3rd, earthy. Cotton candy is another good one. Cupboard Under the Stairs, zucchini bread, sugared shortbread. Was this one offered in the B bar? Yes, it was. So I already talked about that one. Dole Whip. Okay, Dole Whip is the previously only available at Disney resorts. It is vanilla ice cream and pineapple together. But now Dole sells their mix and places have it all over the country, probably all over the world. Dole Whip is delicious. It's a little too sweet for me. I need to cut it with a little bit more vanilla ice cream because it is very pineapple-y, but it's fresh and delicious. It's just like pineapples that they have in Hawaii. Dole Whip here, some pineapples can be a little bit too sharp, but this one has vanilla ice cream in it. Dole Whip is a blend, and it's very creamy and rich and satisfying. It's great in the middle of summer. Dole Whip, I might be getting Dole Whip because it's really good. You can blend it with strawberry, watermelon, take it and go crazy with it fruity-wise. Espresso and sugar cookie royale. Jen's espresso is a very true heavy espresso. It has a little bit, it could fall a little bit into the skunky territory if you're one who is sensitive to coffee scents, maybe pulling skunky to your nose. If you smell skunky with coffee bean, espresso is going to really nail that for you because in my opinion, her espresso is very strong. I love it. I get it. I don't get the skunky from it, but I've put two and two together when I've seen some blends that some people talk about being skunky. And I see what blend it is and I see the oil that it is and I don't think that, but I'm just trying to be transparent and give you my honest opinion on these and how they are so you guys can make your decision because this is a fantastic, phenomenal list. It's the last hurrah and I'm just being honest. Fat Bottom Girls and Dreamweaver. So we talked about Dreamweaver already. Fat Bottom Girls is another member of the Vanilla Bakery Club. Cupcakes at Tiffany's, Don't Cross Streams. So Cupcakes at Tiffany's and Don't Cross Streams with sweet vanilla spun sugar. That she split it up the way that she described it here. So remember your Dreamweaver is your lavender cream, sugar cookie dough, and bread. And then you have your vanilla spun sugar and your Don't Cross Streams and your Cupcakes at Tiffany's. So Cupcakes at Tiffany's is that fluffy vanilla, toffee, chocolate sensation that a lot of you guys love. This one is going to be Dreamweaver, super, super, super creamy with that vanilla bakery. This next one, I know that this next one was a request of my dear friend, Miss Vivian Corlew. Vivian and I have been friends for several years. Fizzy soda lemon custard. Now this is one that was offered a few times ago, and I grabbed. It was in bunts, and I grabbed one because I thought, man, I wonder if that would be close to fizzy lifting drink from Super Tarts. It's probably been renamed, but I don't know what it is. Fizzy soda lemon custard is phenomenal. Phenomenal. When I smelled it and it's actually a video I did a haul for. I have several on deck to still do. But it is fizzy soda with just a beautiful lemon cream custard. So just vanilla pudding with a little bit of fizzy pop. But if you've ever warmed fizzy lifting drink, or you've ever warmed frosty fizzy bubbly or any fizzy pop fizzy soda blends, and you love lemon, add a little bit of lemon to it, and just imagine, this is a fantastic, wonderful one. I'm definitely getting a loaf of this because it is very refreshing. It's great if you're not feeling well because it just has a little bit of pep you up with a little bit of that fizzy soda. I don't know how these manufacturers make you smell the bubbles, but they can, and they do. This next one, I Put a Spell on You. I Put a Spell on You is one of my favorite blends. You could even say this is up there with one of her best blenders, actually. I Put a Spell on You, Covered Under the Stairs. That was on Friday's list. That was one of my customs because I had that blend and it blew me out the door. I love it so much. It's so creamy and fantastic. So I Put a Spell on You is cinnamon sugar, but not spiced cinnamon. It's just straight cinnamon sugar. Think cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon sugar French baguette with their secret bakery bomb blend. She's never revealed what's in her bakery bomb. It's very, very rich. It has a little bit of a pretzel vibe to me, but there's more than just that in it. I don't know exactly what's in it, of course, since it's a secret, but the French baguette is there. I love French baguette. It's fantastic. This is great alone. You can blend the hell out of this too. That is a wonderful blend. Lavender cream, pink sugar, and strawberry marshmallow fluff. So this one is going to be similar to the one I talked about before, but the addition here is your strawberry and your marshmallow fluff. So lavender and strawberry are beautiful together. If you've never had them before and you have a couple of blends, put them together and just see how they play well very beautifully. Lavender cream, I love lavender cream. Marshmallow fluff just makes everything a little bit creamier because you do have the sweeter ones of the pink sugar and the strawberry. So that one is in there. Next, lavender roasted pine cones and marshmallow fireside. So roasted pine cones is my preferred pine. It is creamy, woodsy, beautiful. It's very classy. It's very tasteful. It's not in your face pine sol or air freshener or anything like that. It's another one that you can blend beautifully, like Palo Santo. Palo Santo can be blended with anything. So can roasted pine cones. I love it with lavender. I've had a few custom blends where I've played around with lavender and roasted pine cones. It's really good. And marshmallow fireside is just there to make it even more beautiful. That's a gorgeous one. Leanna's Lullaby, another one just like Dreamweaver. It's up there with one of the top lavender blends. It's a single oil, I believe. It's the Johnson & Johnson Bedtime Baby or Bedtime Bath or Bath Time Baby or whatever it's called. The purple bottle of Johnson & Johnson's chamomile and lavender. It is freaking-tastic too. I have multiple loaves of Leanna's Lullaby. I have customs of Leanna's Lullaby. It is the best Johnson & Johnson one out there. Other vendors have it too. But this one, there's just something special with it. It is relaxing. It's refreshing. You can blend it. It's a really good one to have on hand. This next one, Night at the Carnival. This one is Miss Vivian's Customer Creation Contest winner from a couple of years ago, I think. Night at the Carnival. Somebody commented in, I think Monica did in the Facebook group, and I commented back. She asked if the kettle corn in Night at the Carnival is strong, and I said yes. It's one of the top oils in the blend. So Night at the Carnival is kettle corn, cupcakes at Tiffany's, vanilla butter fudge, and zucchini bread. And Vivian was trying to get Jen to make Vintage Chic Scents version of Martha's corn on the cob, if you've ever had that one. I know that because Vivian and I are friends, and when she submitted this one, it was chosen. She was so excited because she just wanted to see if it would be really close. And it is. It has that nice caramelized, crunchy, almost smelling kettle corn to it. The cupcakes at Tiffany's is very creamy. Vanilla butter fudge is, oh my goodness, it's such a great oil to add into something. If you don't know what to add in and you want to just bump up the cream factor a little bit, buttery vanilla fudge, what that smells like is if you've ever made fudge and the part where you're melting your butter and your sugar together and you have to let that cook for a period of time, that's what vanilla butter fudge smells like to me. And zucchini bread makes everything better. Night at the Carnival is another one I'm definitely going to be getting. It's great. Next one, on Wednesdays we wear pink. This is Pink Frosted Animal Cookies, and today is October 3rd. This one was part of her 3 years ago, her Mean Girls sampler. I know that because that's when I first joined L3. The next pre-order, she had the Mean Girls sampler. So on Wednesdays we wear pink. Her Pink Frosted Animal Cookie oil, I think it's very light. It's more creamy than anything. It doesn't really remind me of any sort of animal cookie oil that's out there in the industry, but a lot of you guys like it. But why this one is good is you take that creaminess from the Pink Frosted Animal Cookies and you add it to Today is October 3rd. So it's just making Today is October 3rd even more creamier. Pink Sugar Boardwalk Mallow Clouds. So if you like pink sugar and you like Boardwalk Mallow Clouds, this one's a no-brainer. It is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I can't really go too much into detail with that one because it's kind of simple. Preorder. Okay, Preorder is another one of Jen's top fall blends. Preorder is leaves, Palo Santo, and pumpkin pecan waffles. I thought I heard Poppy over here. Maybe not. Preorder. I've had this one several times. Pumpkin pecan waffles and Palo Santo are beautiful together. And then you add in that leaves. Preorder, I think I'm going to grab a loaf of this because it is just, it's so good. It's a little bit outdoorsy, a little bit woodsy, a little bit bakery, a little bit sweet. It's really, really top blend. Rainbow Dream, Rainbow Sherbet, and Orange Dreamsicle. So Orange Dreamsicle is just like you think it is. Rainbow Sherbet is the lime, raspberry, orange, pineapple, rainbow sherbet. Jen has an extremely strong, creamy, and fruity, rich oil. So this is another one I'm going to be picking up because it's great to blend with anything, really. Roasted Pine Cone Cookie Cottage. This one was offered several RTS ago. I grabbed it for a 4-pack of tarts in it. And it's that roasted pine cone with that ever so loved cookie cottage. And like I said, Palo Santo can blend beautifully with bakery, so does roasted pine cones. Salted caramel buttery gingerbread sugar cookie royale. So buttery gingerbread was an oil that Miss Christy Hartshorn advocated Jen to really find and get it, because other vendors had it and she loved it. Jenny Gilmore loves it too. And it actually is an oil that Jen doesn't really like gingerbread, but she loves buttery gingerbread. And I've talked about buttery gingerbread many times in my videos. And how I would describe it to you is if you've ever smelled regular gingerbread, how it has that pungent ginger like it should, but it has a cakiness to it too. Buttery gingerbread is a calmer version of that. It's not as sharp with the ginger. I like a spicy gingerbread, but I also understand that it's sensitive to some noses. So buttery gingerbread is creamy and richer, but it still keeps the integrity of that gingerbread intact. So having it with caramel is just going to make that delicious. I love salted caramel. It's one of my favorite oils of Jen's. And sugar cookie royale is just there to add a little bit more sweetness and creaminess. That's a fantastic blend. Next one, Serendipity, Cookie Cottage, and Sugar Milk. So we have Cookie Cottage again, is the Sugar Cookie Royale, Danish Butter Cookie, Sugared Shortbread, Nilla Wafer, Vanilla Cookie, and Sweet Bakery Dough. Sugar Milk is just like you think it is. It just adds a little bit of extra, a little bit of sweetness to it. And Serendipity is an old school oil of cherry, coconut, and whipped heavy vanilla. I personally like it. I haven't had it blended with, I haven't had it in a while because it really isn't, it's not used all that much. But when I first got into vendor wax, I loved Serendipity. I imagine it's fantastic blended with Cookie Cottage to make it even more creamy vanilla bakery and that sugar milk. That's what I'm considering buying. This next one, She's My Cherry Pie. I think this one was made for the 4th of July sampler from last summer. Jen had She's My Cherry Pie and Stars and Stripes, and she had a whole sampler of it. This one is Lost Cherry Tom Ford, Vanilla Patchouli, Amaretto, and a tiny hint of leather. I'm trying to think if I've had this blend before. Amaretto, you guys know I've had much of Amaretto, many blends of it. Vanilla Patchouli, Miss Tamika loves Vanilla Patchouli. Lost Cherry is a rich, sophisticated, bold cherry. It has more than just cherry in it. Mr. Tom Ford is a fragrance connoisseur, very complicated, but delicious blends. I'm trying to think if I've had this one. I don't know if I have, but I would think a little bit of leather in there. The cherry is definitely going to be the star, but cherry with vanilla patchouli. There's going to be a vanilla patchouli sampler offered, which I know Tam about Peter Pants when she saw it, and there's a couple other vanilla patchouli blends on hers that were her request. I think there's one coming up on this loaf list actually. The Amaretto is going to play beautifully with that cherry. They are very good friends. Vanilla Patchouli it's a good one to be offered in a loaf. I think it would be good. That leather isn't going to be too dominant because it's just a tiny touch. Leather can go bad very, very quickly, but Jen is such an amazing blender. I think I've had this one before. It's a nice rich cherry. I'm trying to think of the thousands of blends I've melted in my life. I'm pretty sure I've had that one. Strawberry pound cake, cupcakes at Tiffany's, pie crust. So pie crust. Pie crust makes everything better in my opinion. Cookies, cakes, coffee, fruit, you name it, add pie crust to it. Pink sugar pie crust, warm vanilla sugar, one of my favorite top L3 blends ever. So strawberry pound cake, pie crust, cupcakes at Tiffany's. Most of you guys, if you're a bakery lover, have had all three of those oils, so that one's just a classic. Next one, strawberry, raspberry guava, and Let Them Eat Cake. Let Them Eat Cake is a perfume. It's kind of it's not bakery, but it's not completely just straight vanilla extract either. It has a richness to Let Them Eat Cake, almost a comforting, maybe slightly similar to the ambiance that Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds gives you. You know how it's not just straight vanilla, it's a little bit something extra. That's Let Them Eat Cake. Strawberry and raspberry guava are just two tropical, well, raspberry guava has that guava to it. I personally don't care for guava a ton. In some blends I like it. Guava is just not good for me. It's one of the oils, one of the very few oils that I don't really care for. But the raspberry guava, I've had it in blends before. It's a nice, rich, fruity blend, and that strawberry, you can't go wrong with it. Next one, strawberry sugar, strawberry pound cake, and sugar cookie royale. So this one, we've talked about sugar cookie royale before, strawberry pound cake. Strawberry sugar is just a sweeter, sugary strawberry. This one's kind of simple. Next one, sweet lavender. Today is October 3rd. So we talked about today is October 3rd already. If you like lavender, sweet lavender. So a few times ago, I think the last, maybe the last, maybe not the last pre-order, but maybe the one before, or one of the ready to ships. I can't remember now, guys. Everything blurs together. She offered her herbal lavender and her sweet lavender in trig tarts. I bought them both. And to my nose, they're very similar to each other. The sweet is a little more subdued than the herbal lavender is, but even Jen has told me herself, because I've asked, she can't smell much of a difference between the two. So lavender, and today is October 3rd. The Calzone Zone. This one was Jenny Gilmore's custom from several times ago, and it's a delicious one. I have it. I've worn it. It's mighty good. This is apple strudel, pralines and cream, sweet bakery dough, and zucchini bread. I'm actually probably going to get a loaf of this one because just all of those things together, I love that Jenny chose to use sweet bakery dough, because sweet bakery dough just has, it's like you're making sweet bread. It has a little bit of something extra in it. And then you blend that rich and delicious zucchini bread with it. You add that pralines and cream. That's the other one I was thinking about. If you like pralines and cream, you would like Bear Claws, at the beginning. Pralines, apple strudel. It has that nice, rich, it's apple, but it's not completely apple pie spice, and it's not as rich as apple pie. It's just apple strudel. It's creamy, it's yummy. The Calzone Zone is great. Today is October 3rd. We talked about that already. Vanilla balsam, white birch, and lavender cashmere. I have not had lavender cashmere before. Either that's a new oil or it's lavender, cashmere. Not sure. But vanilla balsam blends with everything, just like vanilla birch does. That one is in the next one. Vanilla balsam has a slight little bit of pine to it, but it's vanilla pine. It's very, very, very tasteful. White birch is the same way. Lavender cashmere, I can't comment on that one. Vanilla birch, sugar cookie royale, and blackberry. So if you like sugar cookie royale and you like blackberry and you like a little bit of woodsy to it, this one's for you. I haven't personally had that blend, but I've had all those ones separately, and I can imagine that they smell like blackberry sugar cookie royale. Next one, vanilla buttercream frosting, vanilla buttercream frosting, sugared shortbread, and zucchini bread. This one's been poured forever. Vanilla buttercream frosting has a little bit of a fruity essence to it. Not fruity as in, oh, it's a banana or an apple or a cherry. It just is a little bit sweeter. It has how if you've made a fruit salad and you take the fruit salad out and you smell the bowl and you can tell there's been fruit in it, but you don't know exactly what it was. That's what I get from vanilla buttercream. But when it's blended with other things, that little bit of fruity essence goes away. That's if you have it alone. So sometimes if I have a blend with vanilla buttercream in it, I can pick out that buttercream because I know what it smells like alone. I'm weird like that. But it helps to know for blending purposes, for custom purposes, what have you, what some of these oils smell like alone. The sugared shortbread and zucchini bread together are wonderful. So this isn't going to be a bad one. The buttercream is just going to be there to enhance the richness and the creaminess of this one. Next one, vanilla lace, let them eat cake, vanilla bean Noel. Vanilla lace, of course, is the famous blend from the 90s from Victoria's Secrets that I think everybody wore. Let them eat cake we talked about, and vanilla bean Noel is a little bit of caramelized sugar or vanilla caramel from Bath & Body Works. Vanilla bean Noel's been out for 1,000 years too. This next one I think is Tam's request. This is vanilla patchouli, whole vanilla bean, and Palo Santo. So this one, whole vanilla beans, is basically vanilla bean. Palo Santo, vanilla patchouli. I'm going to buy this one because this one you can really smell the the Palo Santo and the sweetened up vanilla patchouli. This one is, if you like any of these oils, give this one a try. It's great to blend with too. I know you go crazy with it. White Elephant Exchange, I talked about that one briefly. And then Zucchini Bread, Sugar Cookie Royale. That one doesn't need any explanation because that one is just, it's common too. Super common, super delicious. Okay, on to scoops, and we are hovering around an hour. Okay, let me see how much more I have on here. I think after the scoops, we have the samplers, which we've talked a lot about. The only one on here, Blackberry Sugared Violets. There's Trig Tarts too, and then the Bath & Body items. Okay, just seeing where I am on time-wise. Okay, scoops. These are some good ones. Damn good ones. Baja Cactus Blossom, Shaving Cream, and Salty Sierra. So Baja Cactus Blossom, I think is Bath & Body Works. I know Cactus Blossom is, but the Baja, maybe not. Her shaving cream is similar to several of other vendors out there. It isn't quite Barbasol, name brand men's shaving cream. It isn't quite Barbasol. It's a mixture of several men's shaving creams blended together. It has a very fresh, sharp essence to it, but it's very good. I love shave cream. I don't use it very much. It's not offered a ton because it has its own cult following, I think. There's another vendor that just did a barbershop sampler, if you know what I'm talking about. Shave cream can be blended like crazy too. Salty Sierra we've talked about, and the Baja Cactus Blossom. This one's just going to be Cactus Blossom. If it's the same one I'm thinking about, it's very perfumey and it's beautiful. It's very strong. This one is going to be a nice fresh change from fruity and bakery and earthy and herbal, whatever you want to call. I haven't had that one, but I might buy one of those. Bergamot Waters, Peppered Suede, Vanilla Bean Noel. Okay. I haven't had this blend before. Peppered Suede, it sounds very, very, very good, honestly. I'm going to get this one just because I like blends that you can't find anywhere else. Bergamot Waters I've had before. It's a cologne, like, not necessarily outdoorsy. It's a little bit aquatic to me. But that Vanilla Bean Noel is added in to be a little bit sweet, and that Peppered Suede, I bet, is cologne-y too. Cafe Cubano, Cookie Cottage, we've talked about those ones before. Cherry Vanilla Ice Cream, I've had that one before. It is creamy cherry, basically. Cocoa Butter Cashmere, Baume de Bright. Baume de Bright is from Sol de Janeiro, the Boom Boom company. I haven't had cocoa butter cashmere for a long time. That was one of the oils I first had in my first months of melting. Cocoa butter cashmere, it's so comforting, inviting. It's like a cashmere hug, a blanket wrapped around you, coziness. It smells really good. It's a sensual oil, and blended with Baume de Bright. Baume de Bright is really hard to describe. I'm not going to try, but it brightens up that cocoa butter cashmere, in my opinion. Baume de Bright it's great on its own. It's good blended too, and it's a great oil. That one, if you like either one of those oils, give that one a try. Next one, Miss Tamika, Cotton Candy Palo Santo. Okay, this one has a cult following because of Tam, I think. Cotton Candy Palo Santo, if you haven't tried it, grab a scoop and try it. If you don't like it, you can always put whatever you want in it and play around with it. Cotton Candy Palo Santo Yellow Cake and Sugar Cookie Royale. I have a feeling that this one is also Tam's. If I remember from one of our conversations, she's talking about this blend. Yellow cake is a delicious, rich, creamy, buttery cake batter. I love yellow cake and Sugar Cookie Royale. I'm going to get both of those. Yes. Next one, Diet Starts Monday. That's another one that I put in the vanilla category, the Vanilla Bakery Club. Because even though it has cotton candy frosting in it, it has Santa's on Keto, which is its own blend. It's got several things in it. sugared shortbread, frosted sugar cookie royale, sugar cookie royale, and then that sweet cotton candy frosting. I've had Diet Starts Monday. It's good. That cotton candy frosting, you can tell it's in there. It's not just straight vanilla, but it's vanilla cotton candy. It's a good one. Don't Cross Streams and roasted pine cones. We've talked about both of those oils before. Roasted pine cones makes everything better. Dreamweaver we've talked about. Fresh picked strawberries, pumpkin pecan waffles, and sweet bakery dough. This one is great. I love sweet bakery dough. You know, I talked about it a little bit ago. I'm going to get one of those. Fantastic. Grassy Pants. Grassy Pants made the list. Grassy Pants was one of my customer creation contest winners from a few years ago. Grassy Pants, I thought about this blend on a Friday evening. I was done with work and it just came to me. And it's strawberry, fresh cut grass, watermelon, and lavender. So when Jen created this blend on her side, the fresh cut grass oil that she used was different than the one she has now. And I know this because not this last batch, but my previous set of customs, I asked for Grassy Pants in a loaf because I wanted to have it. I love that blend. It's fresh, it's springtime, it's summer, it's a really good blend. And she said, I just want you to know that I have a different fresh cut grass oil now. Her supplier either discontinued that oil and she found one that's close enough, or something she couldn't get the original one. So this one, I have smelled the new version of it, and it is about 98% the real Grassy Pants. But this one, you get it's a beautiful creaminess of the watermelon, the strawberry, the little bit of lavender, and the grass. I would say the two most dominant oils in here are the watermelon and grass. I love it. Give fresh cut grass a chance. It's really a bright green experience. I love Grassy Pants. And even if I didn't create it, I would still love it because it's that good. Hatchet black tea, flannel Bath and Body Works type, and fresh picked blackberries. So flannel, black tea, and blackberries. Have I had Hatchet? I don't think I've had Hatchet, but I should get it because I love black tea. So you have to like tea because the black tea oil that Jen has is very strong. So black tea, flannel. Flannel is a masculine, sexy fall scent from Bath and Body Works. It isn't quite as masculine as, I would say, mahogany teakwood or even sweater weather. Sweater weather has a little bit of a masculinity to it. Flannel is the perfect mixture of those two. And then blackberry. That's very interesting to me. I think I'm going to get Hatchet because I haven't had Hatchet before. But I know enough about the two oils to feel comfortable wondering what it would smell like. Okay, next, hot apple pie, sugared shortbread. So hot apple pie, you're going to have that cinnamon, your sugar, your butter, your apple, your pie crust with your sugared shortbread. That one, you either like apple pie or you don't. Lavender, zucchini bread, and wildberry mousse. Definitely going to be buying this one. I love my wildberry mousse. I love my lavender and zucchini bread. If you like wildberry mousse, this would be one for you because her wildberry mousse is very strong. It does take over blends. Lemon Love. Lemon Love is another one of my customer creation contest winners. I honestly think it was the same contest as Grassy Pants a couple of years ago. This is lemon pound cake, lemon curd, pie crust, whipped cream, and lollipops. Why the lollipops I added in, I don't know. I saw lollipops as an oil and I thought, that'll give a little bit of sweetness to it that isn't necessarily a bakery vibe. So what this one smells like, you have a beautiful marriage of your lemon pound cake, your lemon curd. You have a little bit of pie crust in there, a little bit of creaminess with the whipped cream, and then a little extra bunch of sweetness from the lollipops. If you like lemon, give Lemon Love a try. I'm definitely going to buy some because I'm almost out of Lemon Love. I've been asking for it for a couple of months and it hasn't been poured until now. Leviosa, today is October 3rd. So Leviosa is part of her Harry Potter inspired line. It is apple cider, leaves, and spice blended with today is October 3rd. I'm definitely going to get this one because if you love apple spice, apple cider donuts, whatever, and you like today is October 3rd, it's beautiful and creamy and just cinnamon sugar together. Mac apple, today is October 3rd. Zucchini bread, another one I'm getting. I haven't bought much Mac apple the last couple of years because I burnt myself out on it. Caramel apple, Mac apple. Mac apple is so strong. It can blow you out of the house. If you guys have had it, you know what I'm talking about. But Mac apple zucchini bread is a killer strong blend. I mean, it is crazy strong. I have a loaf, I think, unless I've moved it on out of here, that I bought my first couple of months with L3, and it smells just as fresh as it did that at that time. So today is October 3rd, just makes everything better. Maraschino cherry, sweet cream, sugared shortbread, sugar cookie royale. Another fantastic one. Maraschino cherry is a little bit sweeter than the regular cherry or black cherry or cherries jubilee, cherries on snow. All of those ones that Jen has. Although cherries jubilee is no good anymore. It's gone. Sweet cream is sweetened condensed milk. Sugared shortbread we've talked about. Sugar cookie royale we've talked about. If you like cherry bakery, this one's your guy. Pink sugar, cotton candy, strawberry pound cake. That one's just going to be a sweet cotton candy one, maybe a hint of pound cake, not too much to it. Cotton candy, pink sugar, that's been blended 1,000 times too. That one is a pretty self-explanatory one. Pink sugar, vanilla patchouli, toasted mallow, and sugared shortbread. This one is another one. If you like the vanilla patchouli and you like pink sugar and you like a little bit of bakery, this one is for you. I personally haven't had that combination together, but I think it would be, I think the vanilla patchouli and the pink sugar would probably be the 2 stars, and that sugared shortbread coming up from behind with the bakery bump. Pistachio cookie, let them eat cake, and cake batter. So this pistachio cookie, it's not as cherry forward. It's more of a creamy, true pistachio nut scent. Let them eat cake we talked about, and cake batter. Cake batter is just a generic cake batter. It really isn't necessarily vanilla or butter flavored. It's definitely not chocolate, but it's just a nice, rich, heavy bakery. Pistachio, toasted coconut fluff, amaretto, and buttered rum. I'll get one of these ones because I forget about her buttered rum. Buttered rum is so good. I love her buttered rum. Toasted coconut and pistachio go well together. I'll get you my pretty. I don't think it's on this list, but it was offered several times ago. I'll get you my pretty is pistachio macaroons, and it has a little bit more of a creaminess to it. But her pistachio cookies, I think, is a little bit different. Hold on, I'm talking about the last one. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a little flustered here. Toasted coconut fluff. I have blended that with I'll get you my pretty. I'll get you my pretty is pistachio macaron with the coconut. So in this case, her pistachio, plain pistachio, is going to go very well because you not only have the coconut, you have your amaretto in there. This is a good one. If you like pistachio, you would probably like that one. Pumpkin apple cinnamon sugar donuts. Quintessential fall. I'm going to get one of these. Pumpkin apple, blend them together. They're beautiful. Fall time, yummy, and then the donuts. Pumpkin pecan waffles, yellow cake, cream cheese frosting. Heavy, rich bakery. It's fantastic. 2 thumbs up. Delicious. What makes that blend even better is add a little pie crust to it. It just, I could eat it. It's so good. Red Bottoms. Red Bottoms is a good blend. It doesn't get the love that it deserves because of the raspberry that's in it. But Red Bottoms is jet puff marshmallows, zucchini bread, sugar cookie royale, wildberry mousse, and raspberry. So the raspberry, Jen's raspberry isn't a raspberry jam. It's just, you kind of have to smell it. And I hate saying that because we're getting down to the end, the last couple of months here, and sometimes these oils aren't going to be poured alone to smell them. But red bottoms, it's a creamy. The zucchini bread is there, but it doesn't have any of the spice that it does give to a lot of blends. The sugar cookie royale, the raspberry mousse, it's just one big giant creamy berry situation. I love red bottoms. Season of the Witch, Palo Santo, and Wood Smoke. Definitely getting that. Maybe even get 2. Wood smoke. Okay, wood smoke is a strong oil and it's very smoky. If you do not like smoky at all, do not try this blend. Wood smoke really smells like you're either standing by a fire pit and the fire is out and it's smoldering, or you have been outside burning brush or burning leaves or something, and that smoke is just in your clothes. That smell, it's very heavy smoky. However, if you do like wood smoke, this one is phenomenal because, where am I on my list? There we go. Season of the Witch is apples and leaves, and you have a little bit of smoke. So you're out cleaning up the yard with the leaves. If you're picking apple trees, cutting down wood. Palo Santo, outdoorsy, woodsy. This is a fantastic blend. I have not had it blended with wood smoke, but I've had wood smoke. That one's going to be phenomenal. Serendipity, pistachio macaroon, and pie crust. Again, serendipity is your coconut, cherry, and rich whipped vanilla. Pistachio macaroon, like I said, is a little bit more of a creamier, true pistachio nut creamy flavor, and pie crust makes everything better. Sugar cakes, blueberry muffin. No brainer there. Blueberry muffin is such a good oil. Sugar cakes, that's going to be a nice, creamy, heavy blueberry bakery sensation. Sweet Dreams. This one is cotton candy frosting, sweet lavender, and jet puff marshmallow. In this one, the cotton candy frosting is dominant. I really get just a smidge of of lavender. I've had this one before. The cotton candy is the star. So you gotta like cotton candy to like this one. But cotton candy frosting, it's not just straight cotton candy, of course. It has that buttercream aspect to it. Swimming pool strawberry soda. I'm going to get one of these even though I've never had it before because I've seen it poured a lot of times. And it has to be. If it's not popular, it's not poured again, really. Swimming pool has a little bit of that chlorine smell. A little bit if you get into the pool and get out and your bathing suit or your clothing dries and you smell that little bit of saltiness to it. That's what swimming pool smells like to me. Strawberry soda, I'm going to try this one. This next one, the Haunted Mortuary. This is Mr. Sterling's blend. Sterling he's a really good guy, has great blends he comes up with. Sterling. Books, Mallow Fireside, Blue Sugar, and Tobacco. Every oil I love is in this one. I've had this several times. Books, I've yapped about books for years, literally and figuratively. I love books. I grew up with books. Books are my first friend in life. I love the smell of books. I love the smell of library. It has that freshly, if you, for example, I'm a member of Book of the Month Club. I have been for about 7 years. When you get those books and they're printed and they're sent to you, the smell of a new book, or buy a book off of Amazon or what have you, that smell of the freshly printed pages and the ink is books. Books is just comforting to me because it's something that I associate with grounding, with comfort, with peace. I love books. Marshmallow Fireside is the perfect one to blend with this because it takes a little bit of the uniqueness of the books, and it gives the smoky sweetness to it that a marshmallow can provide. Blue Sugar is great too because it just goes in there and gives a little bit of bump of masculinity to it to make it a little bit more unique than it already is. And then my favorite, Tobacco. Tobacco is such a good oil. It's so underutilized. I love it blended with Blue Sugar. I love it with amber. I love it with sandalwood. Tobacco is just, if you like mysterious, mystical blends, try this one. I promise you, it's a great blend. Great job, Sterling. toasted marshmallow, cinnamon sugar, and French baguettes. This one, similar to I Put a Spell on You, because remember, I Put a Spell on You is cinnamon sugar and French baguettes with the bakery bomb. So this one, if you like I Put a Spell on You, you would like this one here. Today is October 3rd. Dreamweaver, I talked about that one before, I think. Vanilla Bean Noel, fresh picked strawberries. That one doesn't need explanation. We've talked about both of those before. Vanilla butter fudge, pistachio pudding cake. I'm going to get one of those because pistachio pudding cake is creamy and rich and strong, and that vanilla butter fudge, like I talked about earlier, just makes everything better. I have not had those two oils together, but damn, I'm going to get one of those. Vanilla patchouli, pumpkin pecan waffles, and sugar cookie royale. We've talked about all three of those oils before. I'm going to get one of those too. Zucchini bread, don't cross streams, and blackberry. Vanilla, don't cross streams. Blackberry, zucchini bread, that's a good one worth getting too. And then zucchini bread, sugar cookie royale. We've talked about that one before. Now I'm down into the scent shots. I'm not going to talk about these in detail because for time purposes, I'm already at an hour and 20. Cupcakes at Tiffany's. If you like it, you know, these ones here, Better Than Sex Cake is a chocolate cake. I've had it before. My favorite oil in the chocolate department is brownie batter. It's more authentic. Better Than Sex Cake is still a little artificial to my nose. Frangelico is an Italian liqueur. It has, if I'm not mistaken, it has a little bit of a coffee vibe to it. The blueberry cheesecake, huckleberries, mimosa and cardamom is a florally scent. It's actually pretty good. Peeps, that's an interesting blend. Cupcakes at Tiffany's, Peeps, and mimosa and cardamom. Those are all good blends to have. I love that Jen has a really good amount of fall. She's having the blackberries, the apples, the pumpkin pecan waffles. Fall's coming, guys. Cookie Cottage. Okay, Cookie Cottage we've talked about so many times. Angel Food Cake is a really good rich oil. Amaretto, macadamia. I might have to get me a Cookie Cottage sampler because I have a feeling it's going to be a big one. Vanilla Patchouli. This one is for Tamika. By the Fireplace, Amber Romance, that's a perfume. Ombre Leather, Seaside Cotton. I might have to get one of those too. These scent shot cups, I forgot to tell you, the scoops are $8.80 a piece, and the scent shot samplers are $14. They're the little 2-ounce cups that you can cut in pieces of 3 or 4. Those are $14. Blackberry Sugared Violets, another one that Tam turned me on to, Blackberry Sugared Violets. Black Currant is a good oil. I don't know what 1,000 Dreams is. Never seen that one before. Blackberry Sugared Violets, that's another good one. Okay. Now we're down here into the Trig Tarts and then to the Bath & Body items. Getting down to the end, guys. Okay, Trig Tarts. Amaretto. Amaretto is an Italian liqueur. It has a lot of things in it, but the main thing that most noses pick up on amaretto are cherry and almond. So if you love amaretto, Jen has a really good amaretto oil. I actually like it blended with things better than melting it alone. But the beauty with Trig Tarts is snap off a little piece or two and blend like crazy. Blue Raspberry, Cotton Candy, Cherry Lemonade. That sounds just like it is. Cherry lemonade, cotton candy, blue raspberry. It kind of has a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure vibe, but not quite. There's Mountain Dew in Bill and Ted's. Trig Tarts used to traditionally just be single oils, but she's been blending in some of these too, which I like that because you don't necessarily, have to commit to a larger size. Trig Tarts, oh man, I don't remember how much Trig Tarts are. I don't remember, I'm sorry. Blue Sugar we talked about. Balm Dia Bright is Sol de Janeiro. Body Care, hard to explain. Bourbon is bourbon. Woodsiness to it. It's a great blender. Brownie batter. Brownie batter smells just like if you're open up a box of brownie mix. Put it in your bowl and you put your eggs and your oil in it, what have you, and you start stirring it up, and that beautiful chocolate aroma that rises is what brownie batter smells like. It's such a good oil. By the Seashore, somebody requested, I think it was Chris, Chris really wanted By the Seashore, and here we go. It's in the pre-order, Chris, just for you. Ozone, citrus, greens, jasmine, moss, and musk. I'm going to have to get a couple of those myself because that sounds like something that I would really love. That would go really good with Aquaman, Saltwater Princess, um, um, Lord of the Mer People, anything like that. Camphor mallow, I've talked about. Caramel apple, zucchini bread, cream cheese frosting, sugar cookie royale. It's just going to be caramel apple and zucchini bread and sugar cookie royale. It's kind of simple, but it's a really good blend. Cotton candy fluff, cotton candy, Leanna's lullaby. Excuse me, cherry candy fluff, cotton candy, Leanna's lullaby. So cherry and cotton candy with lavender. That would be a good one. I haven't had that combination before. Coffee bean, Cuban tobacco, and vanilla bean. Okay, coffee and tobacco together, shut the front door. It's so good. If you like those two oils, blend them together. Those deep, rich essences that are in both of those things. Like, think about how intoxicating the smell of coffee is to most of us. And then if you walk into a cigar shop and that sweet, unlit tobacco sweet scent hits you. I love the smell of Cuban tobacco. I do. Copper tone. Copper tone is a very strong sunscreen oil. I mean, it is strong. Knock you out of the house. Jen has that, and she has Hawaiian Tropic. I don't see Hawaiian Tropic on here. But Copper tone, it's great. Then Copper tone strawberry pineapple, that's another really good one because you have a little bit of that sunscreen with fruit added into it. Funnel cake. Funnel cake, unless Jen has two oils, the funnel cake I've smelled from Jen's, it has the cinnamon in it. There are two oils out there. One is just strictly dough and powdered sugar, and the other one is cinnamon sugar. I'm pretty sure that Jen's is the one with cinnamon sugar. Love's Baby Soft, that's the fragrance from the 90s. It's my baby powder perfume. So good. Love's Baby Soft. Lucky Charms is, of course, the cereal. It's not too strong of an oil. It's kind of just there as a little bit of the, not necessarily the marshmallows from Lucky Charms, but it's more the cereal, the crunchy part of it. You know what I'm talking about. Mac Apple, strong. Mac Apple, cotton candy, salty sea air, and toasted mallow. That was Tamika's custom from last time. I talked about that in my video last night in my customs. It is the perfect combination of salty sea air with a little bit of cotton candy and a Mac Apple in there. It's a good one. Mac Apple, Leanna's Lullaby, Mallow Fireside. I haven't had Mac Apple, but apple and lavender are so darn good together. I'm going to get a couple of those because I love Leanna's Lullaby, Mac Apple, Mallow Fireside. Oh, so good. Mango Sorbet, Maraschino Cherry, and Boom Boom. I can't melt mango. Mango and guava and grapefruit are the three that I really can't melt in my home. They just are not good to me. But I know a lot of people love mango. And it's funny because I love mango to eat mango. Like in real life, I love mango, but mango wax just doesn't translate for me. And guava, I had guava when I was in Maui and I didn't care for it. It's a nice tropical fruit, but it's just not right for me. And grapefruit, I love grapefruit in life. I can't warm it. It just doesn't translate well for me. But this one here, I've had cherry and Boom Boom. Boom Boom is so good. It's creamy, it's delicious, it can blend like a dream, and it's the Sol de Janeiro original Boom Boom cream. I suppose mango and cherry, probably the mango would be a little bit stronger in my opinion, just because I know how strong mango is. It's sweet though. Palo Santo, pineapple. So Jen's pineapple alone. Remember, Dole Whip is your pineapple with your vanilla ice cream. So if you want to just isolate that pineapple, grab a trig tart of pineapple. It is a little strong as in it's sharp, it's acidic, but it's good. I love it. When it warms up, it just mix a little bit of coconut with it, coconut milk, toasted coconut, go crazy with it. Plum Tart Kettle Corn Cranberry. I've had this before a while ago, but kettle corn and cranberry go beautifully together. Kettle corn has that little bit of salty sweet vibe going on with kettle corn. Cranberry is a little bit tart, and the plum, I love that. That's a great combination. Pumpkin pecan waffles, I don't have to talk about that one. Rose jam, warm vanilla sugar zucchini bread. Now that's a really good one. Rose jam is a Lush dupe. I'm going to go to Lush next week when I go to Vegas. I haven't been in Lush for a while. The Lush store here is over an hour away, and I don't go up there very often. But rose jam is, you have to like rose. It's not like fresh cut roses, rose bouquet, rustic rose, any of those ones that are a little artificial. I mean, fresh cut roses isn't, but rose jam isn't like that. It has more to it, but you have to like rose. The rose isn't like you're just smelling it. Does that make sense? Rustic rose is a little bit more artificial smelling. Fresh cut roses is the most authentic, but rose jam is a different blend. I've had rose jam before with zucchini bread. I've had it with brown sugar pound cake. It blends really well with bakery. So if you're on the fence with this one and you really want to try it, just get a trig tart. You know, it's small enough. If you don't like it, you know, put it in your giveaway box. Rose petal gelato. Okay, I bought this in dry oil from a couple of RTS ago. I used it this morning and it is beautiful. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's rose, it's really nice. So I anticipate that that would translate just as well into wax. I'm going to get that one. Salty sea air. Salty sea air is salty sea air. It is salty, but it's also great blender. So grab a couple of those just for blending purposes. A strawberry jam, we've talked about. Suntan lotion, that's the generic suntan lotion. I'm going to grab some of those because I love to have that for July and August when I wish it was wintertime here in Utah. It's so hot. It's 95 today. Marty's at his day 2 of his golf tournament. He hopes he plays better than he did yesterday. I said yesterday that he shot a 92, which is normal for him. That's not normal for him. He usually shoots around 80, which is about 12, 13 over par. If you think, let me see. Yeah, just about that. 92, he had a few holes where he shot an 8 on. 8's bad. The biggest par a hole could be is 5. So no. So I apologize to Marty publicly that I said he had a good round at 92. That was a poor round for him. So if you happen to watch my empties video, that's what I said. But suntan lotion. It's 95 here today. My air conditioner has been running since 6 o'clock this morning. Sometimes if it's not super hot at night, it doesn't kick on, but it's hot out there today. I love to have suntan lotion blends. It goes really well with coconut, with gold sugar, bitches at the beach. If you have that one, that is great to add a little bit more of copper tone or suntan lotion in. And yellow cake. Yellow cake is creamy and rich and luscious and buttery and yummy. So, okay, we are at 1 hour and 30 minutes and we're in the Bath and Body Works section here. Bath and Body Works, the Bath and Body section. Trisha's land. We're in Trisha's land now. Angel Share is good. We tested those oils out, Angel Share, and it's, unless she got a different oil, it's almost some of the other ones in the True Real McCoy. It's good. I do like that one. I'm actually going to buy one of those because I like the dry oil. You can put too much on your skin. It can get a little oily. It's not supposed to be oily. It's supposed to just have a nice sheen on your skin. Angel Share, sophisticated, sexy, vanilla, tobacco, praline, cognac, and oak. Yummy. Blackberry sugared violets, that would be beautiful too. Boardwalk marshmallow clouds, cookie cottage. Oh, boom boom cream. I'm going to have to get a boom boom cream too. Cool waters, I think that's Davidoff from the 90s, I think. Killian Love Don't Be Shy. Jen has said that that oil is not the same one that was in the samplers, the high-end samplers from a couple of months ago. I really, honestly, I haven't smelled Love Don't Be Shy for a while, so I can't describe that one. Leanna's Lullaby we talked about. Lumberjack, Cedar Shavings and Rum. Sounds sexy. Sauvage Type. That's the Johnny Depp Dior cologne. That's $100 and some a bottle. That's my husband's favorite. It's so good though. Sweet Lavender, today is October 3rd. We talked about. This next one's Tams. Sweet on Paris, Blackberry Sugared Violets, Boom Boom, and Toasted Mallow. That was actually a custom of hers called Cloud 9. If you guys liked Cloud 9, it's beautiful. Just today is October 3rd. Twilight, I think Twilight is a Lush, and I think it's a lavender blend. I could be wrong on that. Vanilla Lace, Victoria's Secrets. Vanilliary, that's Lush. I think it has gardenia in it. It has a floral in Vanilliary. Watermelon, Honeydew, Salty Sea Air. That's a nice one. Nice at the beach, sticky, sweet with a little bit of salty sea air. And the roll-on perfumes are nice too. They're great for travel. I think, let's see. Blue Cotton Candy Pink Sands. Blue Cotton Candy Pink Sands. Pink Sands, I think Pink Sands is a Yankee type. It has a little bit of a beachy vibe to it. Huckleberry. Huckleberry is similar to blackberry and blueberry and raspberry all rolled into one. It's a rich, bold, like a blackberry is. Boom Boom. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a Boom Boom. Mojave Ghost. That's a really good one too. I have not done. I'm gonna have to ask Jen if she has plans to do any more of the high-end oils. She did send us admins two of the samplers. She had sampler A, sampler B. I have not went through and looked at all of the notes to even try to practice describing those blends to you, because they are so, I mean, they're sophisticated, they're high end, they're hundreds of dollars a bottle. They're not going to be something simple. And I'm going to ask her if she's going to offer those again, because if she is, I will go in and really try my best to do a video talking about those high-end oils. I really will try. It's just, it's a daunting task, because trying to describe Angel Share or By the Fireplace or Love Don't Be Shy to somebody, it's tough. So I'll try though if I need to. Mojave Ghost is good. Palo Santo, Tobacco Vanille, Tom Ford, my favorite. Tobacco Sophisticated Vanilla. Adipose Sugar Cookie Royale, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. Another one, a Tam Sweet on Paris Blackberry Sugared Violets. Vanilla Patchouli Sugar Cookie Royale. I'm just looking for ones that we haven't talked about yet. Perfume. As we use the last of our supplies, perfumes may come in black or clear bottles. Okay. She's offering a lot of the same blends in each format. In Body Mist, she has Ivory, Downy, Blue, White Clouds. That's if you want to smell like laundry walking around all day. And Ivory. Ivory's a really good one. That's a good one to have. I actually might get one of those because I love Ivory. Ivory is so comforting to me. Shampoo. This is the last time these items will be offered. Shampoo. She hasn't done shampoo in a while. Beach Nights Type Strawberry Pound Cake Type BBW. So that's the dupe. Pink Sugar Pie Crust Warm Vanilla Sugar. Oh, I might have to get that because Pink Sugar Pie Crust Warm Vanilla Sugar, I love that blend. It's just comforting and creamy. Sweet Lavender Warm Vanilla Sugar. There's the conditioner. Body Wash. Ivory, Downy, Blue, White Clouds. Luxe Lotion. Christy likes the Luxe Lotion, I think. I haven't had it myself. The hair serum. The hair serum is fantastic. A lot of you guys love the hair serum. Don't Cross Streams. Goddess of the Sea. I bet that one is beautiful. Grassy Pants. Oh wow. I didn't look at this down this far. I just looked at the wax earlier. Grassy Pants and the hair serum. I'm gonna have to get one of those. Herbal Lavender. Sweet Lavender. and hair detangler. The detangler is nice too. I bet Goddess of the Sea is really good in the hair department. I bet it lingers nice in the hair. So, okay, that's the pre-order list. I hope I did. Here, I'll scoot up a little bit farther so you can see me. I hope I did a decent job at going through this list. And I just want to say thank you so much to Jen and Trish for the 11 years you have been in business. And I know I speak for a lot of us, if not most of us, when we say we wish you guys the best and luck in life and love and happiness. And thank you so much for bringing your talent and craft into the wax community. So I can't wait to see what you guys ordered tomorrow. I'm going to actually order my stuff tomorrow because I'm going away and I will probably forget when I'm living it up for my birthday in Vegas. So I keep saying that because I'm just a little bit excited. So hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday and a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you soon.